Welcome back everyone, I'm K-Plays Games, this is EVE Online, and you see before you that I am still in the Mars space from the Cathedral light background, and you also see before you my escape pod, and that means it's time to select and build another ship specifically for running combat anomalies in Highsec, looking for DED sites, even more specifically the 4 out of 10 Blood Raider Malzata Monastery site. And the ship we're going to be doing this time is a Vexor Navy Issue. This is the Vexor Navy Issue, looks like a normal Vexor but with camo paint. And the bonuses for this, per level of Galante Cruiser, there's only one skill for this because it's not actually a pirate ship, it's just a faction ship. You get 10% bonus to your drone hit points, damage and tracking speed, so at level 5 like I have, you have 50%. And also a 10% bonus to medium hybrid turret damage and tracking speed. So again, at level 5, you'll get 50% bonus to both damage and tracking speed. That's fantastic. And even more, on top of that, there's a 7.5% bonus per level to your armour repairer amount. Multiply that by 5 and you get 37.5%. So this thing gets lots and lots and lots of bonuses. Looking at the fitting screen, we see it has 4 high power slots, 3 of which can be turrets. That's nice. That leaves us 1 spare slot for our scan probe launcher so we can find sites. 4 mid-power slots and a whacking 6 low-power slots. It has 3 rig slots. Pirate ships have 350 calibration. This has 400. Easy peasy. Right, let's start off with the tank. Because it's got 6 low slots, we're definitely going to do an armour tank on this thing. Let's do our old friend Reactive Armour Hardener, and we'll do a Tick 2 medium armour repairer. And to keep those running, we're going to do our old friend Mr. Large Compact Cap Battery. Lovely. Right, let's just get the scan probe launcher out of the way. Sister's core probe launcher. Get some probes, put some Sister's probes in it. Right, done. What are we doing next? Let's fill it up with drones. We do have a 200 cubic meter drone bay, but only 75 megabits a second bandwidth. So we can only use 3 sentry drones. So we're going to put 3 sentry drones on this. Because we're in a Mars space and we're going to be running the Malzata, hopefully, that means we need 60 kilometer range. It would be nice if curators could do that. Let's have a look. Light scout, no. Medium sentry, here we go. Curator 2. Show info. Optimal range 52, accuracy fall off 12. That means that the range is within 65. 65 good enough. I mean, the optimal is 53. They've got a really short fall off of only 12. The building we need to destroy is going to be at 60. So that's 7 beyond their optimal and 5 within their fall off. So that's probably going to be okay. Right, the rest of the drones are going to be medium and light Amar drones. We're going to do Imperial Navy because why not? The only reason I'm not doing Imperial Navy curators is that Curator 2 do slightly more damage and we don't need the extra hit points that faction drones provide when you're using sentries, because nothing should be shooting at your sentries. And we'll finish off the drone load with 5 Imperial Navy Acolytes, which are the light drones. Right, we've still got lots of power grid and lots of other stuff. Let's address the mid-power slots. I'm going to do a sensor booster with scan resolution script just to target lock things nice and fast. Then I'm going to want some sort of tracking computer, either a drone tracking computer or a tracking computer for my guns. Now, in the olden days, the Vexor Navy Issue was just a pure drone boat and no one ran guns on it at all. And then they took away lots of the bandwidth. It used to have 125 bandwidth, so you could do 5 sentry drones. Now it's only 75, but they added 50% bonus to your guns, so now you should really be fitting guns to it. Lots of people don't. Lots of people still fly Vexors like it's 2010, with nothing in the high slots other than drone link augmenters and a 100 meganewton afterburner and shield extenders and 6 drone damage controls on the bottom. You know what? It's not 2010 anymore, guys. Change your fits. Live in the now. Get with the meta, guys. Come on. Right, and we're going to do a quad lift restrained microwatt drive just to boost us. 1953, nice and fast. When it's off, 13 minutes 21, it's probably good enough. Right, I think I'm going to go tracking computer for my guns, because I'm going to fit guns on this thing. So tracking computer goes on. The drones will track just fine on their own. Light drones against frigates, not a problem. Medium drones against... I don't know what we're using medium drones for. Maybe farming dens, if we find any dens. I don't know. Most of the time it's going to be acolytes and curators. Let's get some guns on this thing. Railguns. I'm going to go railguns, because I'd quite like to see if I cannot reach out to 60 kilometres. Because our pure little curators are only doing 230 DPS out to 60 kilometres, and we need to get more than that. So I'm going to go for 3 250mm railgun 2s. Power grid, very much unhappy, so let's go to rigs. Engineering. Right, we're going to need a Tech 2 ancillary current router, but that's fine. We've got 400 calibration to play with. Right, let's have a look at the charges. Let's put an optimal range script and pretend that we're in the Malzata monastery. We need to hit it out to 60. So, antimatter, shortest range, highest damage. Shortest range, still 40 kilometres, even though it's the short range. Right. And iron is the very longest range, very weakest damage. This goes all the way out to 86. That's too far. Don't need that. Lead is the middle of the road. It goes out to 61. 61's kind of pushing it. That's right at the very edge. Right, tungsten. Optimal range 57. Optimal 58. That's pretty good. How about uranium? 51, plutonium, 45, iridium's 50 to 69, nice. Our old friend thorium, 36, 56, not quite enough. So you want one that's slightly longer range than lead, but not too much. 50 to 69, what do you think, iridium? Or do we go for tungsten? I might be tempted to go for tungsten just because the optimal's 58. So the Malzata monastery itself, the boss structure, is right on our optimal range. That'd be pretty good. I like that. Okay, so it's only doing 315 damage out to that range, but that's before fitting any damage modules in the low slots. Let's do that now. Let's do 2 drone damage and 1 magnetic field stabilizer just now. 431, that's a bit more respectable. If you do another drone damage, it's 469, nice, 451. Now the question is, how good do we want to make these turrets in combat sites? Remember, we need to farm refugees to get to the Malzata. So I'd quite like to use antimatter in those. Optimal range 21, and the guns will be providing 249 DPS. And the light drones in refuges will be doing 167. Okay, I think that means I want 3 drone and 1 gun. Yeah, there we go. Turrets 208, drones 187, just about equal. And balancing them out. And in combat sites, I'll run a tracking speed script to make the guns track a bit better. That's pretty good. Optimal range 18, fall off 33, so if we warp into sites at about 25k, we should be absolutely bang on. Okay, that looks pretty good. What we also need to do is to take care of the cap, because we do need it to be cap stable when we're in sight. We need to be running everything. Was it iridium I said was a good one? No, tungsten? Yeah, tungsten. Right, let's put some antimatter in cargo and some tungsten in cargo. There we go. Right, rigs wise, let's do a cap control circuit. 28 minutes, 30 seconds. How about semiconductor memory cell? 14. Right, cap control circuit 2 goes in. So 28 minutes is plenty. That's going to be absolutely fine. Because we're not going to be needing to fire the guns for 28 minutes continuously. So what can we do with our final rig slot? We could look at a hybrid weapon range rig, and then we could potentially change down to a better, higher damage ammo and still reach out to 60. Let's have a look at that. We're not going to be able to get a Tech 2, we'll get a Tech 1. There's ambit extension, which is the fall off, and a locus coordinator, which is optimal. So we can do a locus coordinator, and that pushes tungsten out to 66 to 85. Okay, that's quite far. So we could probably change that down to lead then. 4766. Okay, maybe not. Iridium. 56 to 76. Okay, that looks pretty good. So effectively what we've done there is that we've increased our DPS by adding this range rig. It's pushed the range of the guns out, which means we can change to a different ammo, which is slightly higher damage. Right, so iridium goes in the cargo, and tungsten gets deleted. What's thorium like? I really like using thorium because it's a good mixture of range, damage and cap. As we see, it goes cap stable with thorium, but the fall off 60, it's just not good enough. So it's going to have to be iridium. 22 minutes 57 is still plenty of cap. It's not going to take 22 minutes to run that site. One other option would be Spike, which is the Tech 2 long range ammo, and it's very long range. Goes from 84 to 104, and our targeting range is only 65, so it's way beyond what we need. It's got terrible turret tracking. Look at the tracking. The tracking is 3.07, and with Iridium it's 12.3. Spike cuts your tracking by 75%. It's really long range, it's really inaccurate, but it does do a little bit more damage. Javelin's like really high damage, really short range, like 12 to 31. So Iridium, if we need to, we can do Navy Iridium, but looking at the market, it's 1500 ISK a round, and Fed Navy, which is the same, 1000 a round. No thank you, no thank you. So I think that's how we're gonna go with this ship. Antimatter for sites, changing to Iridium for the big site, because that gives us the range we need. And I'll also have to buy a mobile tractor unit to drag the loot towards us, but other than that, I think that's how we're gonna go. Right, I shall go and purchase this, and then we'll undock and have some fun. There we go, that's the Vexor Navy Issue. I'm not quite sure why it's got 4 hard points, because it can only hold 3 guns, but it's got lots of hard points all over the ship. It looks really stupid and they need to fix the model. Right, that's that rant done. Let's undock and find some sites. Alright, we have a blood refuge. I've been on the go for a little while. As you know, if you've been watching this series, our space is very empty and there's not very many people and not very many sites. They're spread out pretty thin on the ground. There's lots of sites in this system, because it's a rookie system. This is Konoban. Oh god damn, I flew in at 0 instead of at range. Well, that's okay, we'll pull range with the micro warp drive. That's what it's there for. Put out the little EMP drones, they can go and chew on whatevs, and I'll smash the gun turrets because they're stationary. I have right-clicked the micro warp drive and set it to set auto repeat off, so each time I click the button it gives me 1 cycle, which is perfect. Go, just keeping things at range 22, it's just outside our optimal. So the drones will get the one that's aggressed, and I shall blap the one that's not. Boom, instant death. This is with the tracking speed script. So the tracking speed script is adding 30% tracking, and our wonderful VNI natural bonus is another 50% tracking speed. So our long range railguns are tracking things pretty dang well, which is nice. Whilst we're doing this site, I'm just going to scan everything. It's probably all going to be training sites because this is a career agent system. I'll just do a big fat scan at 16 AU just to eliminate all of those. There you go, training site. Don't need any of that, so that can all go away. Ignore result. It looks like we've got one actual, real scan site to look for. No drones, kill a different target to me. Oh well. Well, the guns seem to be tracking just fine. No commander. Nope. Unstable wormhole. No commander and no escalation.
Drive active.
A nice thing about hybrid guns, they reload in 5 seconds. Lovely. There we go. All nicely reloaded. Oh, god damn. I've worked at this site at 0 as well, like an idiot. But as we know, we'll just do one pulse of micro warp and pull some range. Is this going to be one of the refuges that drops you at 0 or at 12? 0. Right, okay. Just keep that at range. Lock up all this. Spit out the drones. Drones go and play with them. Me kill tower. Oops, shot at a frigate instead. Oh well, never mind. Do we have a skin for this ship? Let's have a look. Yes, we do. Biosecurity. Looks nice. Spirit. Warp convergence. We'll just stick with this, why not? It's better than the horrible camel thing that usually works. Excuse me, could you apply Mr. Skin, please? Warp convergence. There we go. Better than the terrible camel thing. Now it looks like a Hot Wheels car from the 1980s. Lovely. In Vexor Navy Issue, fitted with a 100 meganewton afterburner and nothing but drone stuff in the rest of the fit will work. It's just, I mean, it's not like PvE has been changed. So if you do not change your fit from 2010, it will still work. But you've lost 50 bandwidth, so your drones ain't going to be as good as they were. So you may want to change your fit to something a little more modern. And get yourself a 50 meganewton microwatt drive and some guns on your ship. And occasionally press F1. It's not that difficult. Embrace the change. Right, this is one of these refuges with about 1 million waves. You better pay off with a commander or an escalation, or both. We're definitely at the right range. We're just blapping everything. Us and the drones are doing about the same damage. You've probably got roughly the same tracking as well, to be honest. Hey, got a Multitan monastery. That's nice. And it's 51 jumps away, so that's a no. And it's also in low sec, so that's a double negative. I ain't doing 51 jumps into low sec to do a 4 of 10. Get wrecked. Right, let's carry on. We'll find some more sites. Well, looky here. We found another 3 out of 10 site. This is a 3 of 10. We know that we're going to fit in, so let's go. We know it's lots of frigates and they're at quite long range, so I'm going to go for iridium charge in this site. Will leave us on tracking speed. We don't need the 60 kilometer range. 1565, right, good. We know what this site's like. It's like 5 million rooms with 6 billion frigates in each of them. It's a real pain in the tits.
Drive active.
There is no loot in any room other than the final room, and luckily the boss is a frigate, so we'll just snipe him and be on our way. I'm not even going to use the mobile tractor unit to grab his wreckage. We'll just fly there ourselves with a microwatt drive. Well, these guys are actually really close, so let's antimatter this lot. Locky, locky, lock. Shooty, shooty, shoot. And everything is instantly aggressed. Send the drones. We're being tracking disrupted by pretty much everything in the room. But that is not a huge issue. As you see, our optimal range is still 13 and the follow is still 23. Why is this? Well, that's because all these guys are stacking penalising each other. So after the first 4 or 5, they ain't doing nothing. So that's as low as we're going to go, 23 and 13. And that is absolutely fine. And the drones will split the fire, because of course they have. We're just blinking away, blapping everything. I should probably approach the gate at some point. That'd be a good idea, wouldn't it? Let's actually get into the next room. Accidentally stopped firing at that guy before he died. That's not a huge issue. We do have 50% tracking bonus from the ship, plus another 30 from the script. We're missing these guys because they're too close. Let's give ourselves another squirter micro warp. And the drones will just come back. I'll just blap this guy. No, it won't. Oh, yes, I will. And through the gate. Reload.
Warp drive active.
See, tracking disruption is not as bad. It's not as bad as sensor dampening, which is a Serpentis E-War. When you get sensor damp, they all apply. Okay, this lot are right up in the business. The rest of them are quite far away. The drones will get these guys. I'll get the ones that are far away. We're definitely going to reload to Iridium for this lot. Drones go out. They aggress them. And I kill all this lot over here. Even though we're sensor damp, even though we're weapon disrupted, we're still at 43, 33. So, not huge issue. No, drones, could you kill the things that are right up in our face, please? Idiots. God almighty, honestly. We're quite happily getting tracking disrupted. Turret tracking still 15.99. Optimal range is still 33. We're still demolishing everything. I mean, tracking disruption, who cares? Stacking penalty for the win. Drones, could you come and kill this collector that's right up in my face, please? Oh, whatever. Let's just go to the gate. I mean, this is significantly faster than the previous ship we used. I can't even remember which one it was. Stratios, probably. Simply because it got much longer range guns. Railguns for the win. Right, and the drones will kill this guy. Another squirter micro warp. Drones will kill them. Bring the drones back. Reload the guns. Come on, last drone, get back on board. And through the gate we go.
Warp drive active.
And again, lots more groups of frigates. This lot are all really rather close, so let's reload to antimatter. Select one from each group. Shooty, shooty, shooty. Get some aggression, spit the drones out. Whole room's aggress. Let's go. Yeah, we're being tracking disrupted to hell, but I don't really care. We're still going to be fine. We're missing all the time because I'm moving really quickly. There we go, that's a bit better. Maybe I should have stayed where I was and killed everything and then gone to the gate. I haven't really saved myself much time. It's either move to the gate and miss all the time, or stay where you are, kill everything, then move to the gate. Doesn't really matter. Same difference in the end. Blap. 21 to 36. Blap. So I'm going to put one gun on each of these guys. Blap. Dead. Dead. Missed because he's too close. Not a huge issue. If I could be bothered, I'd do keep it range. Let's just do a keep it range on this guy. Line ourselves up. If the drones are attacking the same target as me, that's not an issue. And they're attacking that target as well. Of course. Focus fires never worked. Right, as soon as the drones are back, they've killed that guy, they're coming back. As soon as they're in, onto the next room.
Warp drive active.
Reload my guns, because it only takes 5 seconds. Okay, this lot are quite far away, so we're going to reload to Iridium. And open fire. Spit the drones out, they can do whatever they want. Now everything's woken up, the drones are on their way, everybody's happy. Easy life. That one's too far away. Guess what, everyone? The drones have split their fire. Focus fire doesn't work. This is just totally chill. I'm just hanging out, me and my boys, blapping frigs, taking names. No problemo. Not very many enemies left. I've lost track of what room we're in, but we're in a room of this site. I think it might be the last room. Right, let's get to the gate. The drones are attacking gun turrets. Don't want that. Come back. Come back, drones. Come back. Right, the drones are in. Should click warp. Get through the gate. I'm going to turn my armour repairer off just to preserve a little bit of cap. Is this the last room, or is it not? Let's find out. It is the last room. Jolly good.
Warp drive active.
Right, so we need to find the Dark Blood Alpha and just hit him in the face. And then we'll swoop in with a micro warp drive. In fact, I'm going to right click and set auto repeat on just so it runs all the time. Dark Blood, no, that's not him, that's not him. There we go, Dark Blood Alpha, 48k. Target lock, just blap him, approach it. Turn the micro warp drive on. There we go. Site complete. Let's go and get the loot and then get out of here. Reload back to antimatter because that's what we're going to need next, probably in a site. Stop the ship so you don't overshoot the loot. Grab all that because that was 300 and something million.
Warp drive active.
What the actual balls? Whoa. Well, that went well. Holy crap. Okay, that was an awful lot. That and that and that and that and that. We got one faction and 4 dead space modules from that, worth 344 million ISK. That is by far a new record in my entire career of EVE Online, stretching back to 2008, for the amount of money I found in a 3 out of 10 site. So well done me, I guess. I could call the video here, but I'm going to keep going until I get a 4 out of 10. So I've got 3 more systems to go on this little route. Hopefully we'll find a 4 out of 10, either in the wild or as an escalation. And when I do find that, I'll bring you back and show you, of course. Right, we've got another refuge. Let's get in here. Again, I've accidentally warped in at 0. I'm going to auto-repeat off the micro warp drive now. Luckily, this is one of the ones that drops us at 12, which is nice. Right, drones, you kill the frigates. In fact, I'll just join in as well, because they're only little ones. Oh well, no commander, no escalation. But at least we found one, so that's something, I suppose. Well, balls. In the same system as that last refuge you saw, we found another 3 of 10. Right, let's do it.
Warp drive active.
I'm going to shut up now, and we're going to put some tunes on, and I'm going to blaze through this thing. See if we get another 300 odd million prize. Let's go. Well, I found another 3 of 10. Let's do it. So much for the 4 of 10s that this fit was specifically designed to run. We've done 3 of 10s. Anyway, I'm going to shut up again and let's get some music on and let's try and do an uninterrupted 3 of 10, shall we? Let's go. Oh, that's disappointing. Only got the Overseer's box. Oh well, you can't get 300 million every time.
Warp drive active.
And we gone. Well, hurrah and huzzah, we have another Zalmata monastery to go to. Our first escalation, and this one is also in low sec. Right, let's not do that then.
Warp drive active.
Alright, we have found a blood lookout. This is an unrated site.
Warp drive active.
As you may be able to tell from the fact that we got no pop-up when we tried to warp in. There's a chance of a commander in this site, and there's an additional chance of getting an expedition. Expedition being the chains of sites, not like an escalation. An escalation is a single DED site. Expedition is between 1 and 4 other sites, which can be close together or they can be very far apart. We're going to bounce off this gate, which is really annoying. Doing, there we go. Let's get through the gate.
Active.
And we'll see what this site has to offer. First room, there's no blitz. You have to destroy everything. I'm not sure what this blood control center is, but it's showing as a Dead Space Overseer structure. I'm going to pull out the sentry drones here. I'm just going to blip everything. And I'm going to reload to Iridium charge. Right, drone, guns. Control center. I'm just going to shoot that with the guns just to blow it up. See if it drops a can. If it does, I might scoot down and take a peek. It is listed as a Dead Space Overseer structure. Nope, didn't drop anything. So why is it listed as a Dead Space Overseer structure? Don't know. Answers on the postcard, please. One of the random vagaries of EVE Online. You get lots of stupid crap that doesn't make any sense. All these leftovers from the olden days. So far so good for this site. It's fairly easy. It's the second easiest site, but it's the first one that lets cruisers in. The easiest one is the hideout, but that only allows frigates in. This one is the lookout, and that lets cruisers in. Then it's watch, then it's vigil. I don't ever do watches. They take far too long. They're a pain in the ass to run, so I never do them. Vigils can be quite good fun, so I do often do vigils. Haven't found any though. And you will see there's Hemorphite and Jaspit in this pocket.
Warp drive active.
So if you want to get some low-sec ore, you can find yourself a lookout and mine out the first room. Right, room 2. There is Umber here. This is also a low-sec ore. So there's Umber, Hemorphite and Jaspit in this site. Because the developers forgot, or did not, remove them when they removed all the other ores. Okay, in this site there should be a bunker which is listed as a Dead Space Overseer structure. Guess what? It's not. Right, to spawn the commander, you need to look at this little group here. This group of guys here. Kill all them, and then, if you're lucky, you'll get a commander spawn. So we'll just get one drone on each of those. I'll shoot them, bring my camera back. Right, drones kill the cruiser, me kill frigate. Pop. Let's add large collidable objects. Okay, the bunker's not a large collidable object. Let's add large collidable structure. Blood Raider bunker, that's the one we want. It looks like more things of some description have warped in here. Dark Blood Seeker, that's the commander. When you destroy the bunker, that gives you an additional chance for the expedition, which did not trigger. We'll see what happens when we kill the boss. Right, no trigger, no expedition, but we did get the boss, so let's go and get his wreck. Don't have to do anything else on the site, nothing else matters. As Metallica once said. So we're just going to do a drive-by, we're just going to go and grab his loot and then get out of here. As you see, the site is despawned from the probe scanner, it's been completed. I'm bouncing off the solar panels because of course I am. Because everything has to have gigantic hitboxes for some reason. Let me in this wreck. Probably just a tag and some ammo, but we'll see. Might be something nice. Just some tag and some ammo. Nothing worth keeping, so I'm not even going to pick it up. Let's get out of here.
Warp drive active.
Right, I found another lookout. I'm just going to go and run it, and then I'll show you what happens at the end, because this video is getting rather long. I'm determined to find another Mons attack. Even if I don't find one, then that'll be fine. But I'm going to go and do this lookout, and I'll show you what we get. Alright, no commander this time, but we did trigger the expedition. Can I be bothered to do an expedition? We'll see what it is. Anyway, I'm going to go and do the last two
active
systems in this route, and we'll see if we can do this expedition. God, this video is going to be about 3 days long. Alright, here we go. Last jump to the first of the expedition sites. Let's have a look at this.
warp drive active.
Again, there's a chance for the expedition to continue to another site, and there's only a chance for there to be a commander in this site when we warp in. We'll probably land at 0 on an acceleration gate, if I remember this correctly. It's very much the same as Mind Flood and all the other ones. No, I'm wrong. There's no gate. And there's no commander. That's just terrible. Right. Let's just kill everything here. See what triggers the next stage, if anything. Oh, this is not looking good. Is this going to be a single stage expedition with no commander? That's like as bad as it gets. 1, 2, and 3. No trace of further hostilities has been detected. Oh well. This is why we hate expeditions. I did 11 jumps to get out here, we had no commander, and then the expedition failed straight away. Well, I'll see you back in the Mar. I'm sick of doing this video. Let's finish it. Right, we're finally back in the Mar. Let's bring this video to a close. Well, the Vexor Navy Issue works tremendously well. We knew it would. We're not quite sure how it works on 4 out of 10s. I'm sure it'll be fine, but we did find 3 out of 10s, and the ship works fine. The guns on the Vexor Navy Issue work really well for sniping things, even though it's tracking disrupted. It absolutely blazed a 3 out of 10. One of them provided 346 million. The other two provided nothing but the Overseer's effects, but that's how it goes with exploration. Feast or Famine, that was a new record of mine, reaching back to 2008, so well done us for finally finding the best 3 out of 10 I've ever run. So yeah, Vexor Navy Issue still work great. You don't have to do them shield, you don't have to do them oversized 100 meganewton afterburner. They work quite well when you put guns on them. Guys, it's not 2010 anymore. Update your fits. Anyway, come back next time. Until you come back for that, do look after yourself, and I'll speak to you again very soon.